Tonight, developments out of Iran. The International Atomic Energy Agency reporting that Iran is back to producing uranium metal, which is used to make nuclear energy. NewsNation's national political correspondent Dean Reynolds is live in our newsroom tonight with a look at what this means for the U.S.-Iranian relations under the Biden administration. Dean.
Marnie, while much of the country's attention has been focused on the pandemic or the new administration or the impeachment trial in the Senate, another issue involving Iran's nuclear program is presenting an early test for President Biden. Iran's breach of the nuclear deal was confirmed today by the International Atomic Energy Agency. The IAEA said the Iranians have produced a small amount of what's called natural uranium metal. It's an ingredient, and they would need a lot more, but it's one that could be used in an atom bomb. And it's a clear violation of the 2015 nuclear deal. Norman Rule, a former U.S. intelligence official, spoke with NewsNation today about the significance of Iran's action.
So Iran is a long way from acquiring a nuclear weapon at present. However, what it's doing is it's showing that it's putting together the architecture which it could use to undertake all of those steps.
And those steps involve uranium enrichment, which Iran claims is being done for civilian purposes like electric power. But uranium metal specifically has few civilian uses. American officials have noted that Iran began breaching the nuclear deal negotiated by the Obama administration soon after President Trump withdrew from it in 2018 and imposed tough sanctions on Tehran, diminishing its ability to support various anti-Western Muslim militias in the Middle East. Today, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani said his nation was willing to abide by the deal if there is reciprocity by the Western powers, including the United States. The moment that they will honor their commitments under the deal, he said, we will adhere to our commitments.
Iran's strategy right now appears to be not just defiance, but a way of continuing hostile activity, nuclear blackmail, and support for terrorist groups and regional militias who aim to kill Americans.
President Biden stated during the campaign that he would attempt to have the U.S. re-enter the nuclear deal, but said on Sunday the U.S. will not make the first move.
Will the U.S. lift sanctions first in order to get Iran back to the negotiating table?
No.
They have to stop enriching uranium first.
Shahid Qureshi, a fellow at Defense Priorities, says the Iranians are irritants in the global scheme of power politics, but ignoring them comes at a price, especially to U.S. allies in the Middle East.
If we don't have an open door and we're in a state of animosity, we can sit back and place all the sanctions on Iran we want. What is Iran going to do? They're going to continue funding Hezbollah and remaining in Syria. If you want there to be a chance for them to even leave or de-escalate in those contexts, it makes sense to engage Iran and give them a reason. Sanctions aren't there just to be there.
A State Department spokesman said today, we continue to encourage Iran to resume full compliance with the nuclear deal. Rob?